get the feeling, so I'm sure.
Guys, it's Tina Rose, and today we have another Get Ready With Me girl chat. And today we have a lot of tea, a lot of topics to talk about. So let's get into this video. Okay, so first off, if you're not subscribed, make sure you click that red button below and make sure that you like and comment down what you think about what I'm talking about today, because we're gonna be talking about a lot. So first off, I'm gonna start by just putting on my primer. Instead of listing out the products as I'm going, I'm just gonna comment everything down below. And yeah, so first off, so plastic surgery at 19. So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there has been a girl that went viral on TikTok, only 19, and she got a BBL. And so many things came into mind when I saw that video, and I'm not going to comment on, you know, the BBL, because girl, you paid for that. I don't even know what you could do now. But the reality is like, it's just getting crazy at this point. Like, I'm the type of person where if you got the money for it, spend it. If it makes you happy, do it, right? But we have to really think about how the younger generation is being affected by how popular and how widespread plastic surgery is getting now. Like, it's getting to the point now where people are getting shamed for the way that regular bodies look. Like,
dick. For real, y'all are so used to the surgery girls that y'all forgot that there's regular shaped people out here. Not everybody's shaped like a fucking IMV.
Skinny girl, box shape, and they calling her SpongeBob, and it's just like, that's how normal bodies look. Not everybody's gonna look like Kim Kardashian or Ari or Jada. Like, that's not real. So it's just like, it's crazy how that's become so popular, you know? It's like on Instagram, all the boutiques, all the girls are shaped a certain way. Fashion Nova has really popularized this shape to where it's just crazy. Because like, the reality is like, not all bodies are gonna look like that. Not all bodies are gonna look like that. Some people, they work out for years and years and years, and they're never able to achieve that BBL look, because either way, it's a dramatized version of that look. Like, not everybody can attain that. I think it's crazy. Like, the girl is literally 19, and everybody was talking about, oh girl, you ain't even let your body get into its grown woman shape and all this type of stuff. And it's like, true. She really has not tapped into her body, right? But the reality is, like, if she really got to like 23, 24, 25 and her body didn't look like that, that is also fine too. Like, the reality is, not everybody's body has to look like that. And I think social media is really the problem of why we even think that. It's like we start to build an insecurity about that. And it's just like, people can say, oh, you know, you're doing it for yourself, blah, blah, blah. I get that argument, right? I get that argument. But it's also just like, I remember watching a TikTok last week, and the girl was talking about how she removed her strawberry legs. And the girl was like, I didn't even realize this was a problem. New insecurity unlocked, right? And she's probably joking, but the reality is, sometimes you're not insecure about something until somebody points it out as a flaw. And imagine you're a skinny girl, even a bigger girl, and they're always talking about, girl, you big but you don't got no butt. And oh, you skinny, like, you skinny, but like, girl, you don't got no hips, you don't got nothing. Like, it's a square shape. Like, that stuff can really start to like mess with your head, and you think that it's a problem. You start using certain filters, different poses in order to look like you have a certain shape, when the reality is, like, a normal body is fine. It is fine to not have the perfect curve and the flat stomach. It's just not a reality. We also need to think about how dangerous all these procedures are. Like, I'll literally put like all the stuff that's on there. It's just really, really scary. And it's like, a lot of people aren't talking about the downtime out of work. They're not talking about how they have pain and all these different illnesses. They're not talking about how they had to go to the emergency room. They're not talking about how they weren't, all these things that their life was changed just by going under the knife, right? And any surgery, there is going to be risks. But it's crazy how BBLs, their risks are so much higher than all these other ones that might be medically required in order for someone to be healthy. And it's scary, Because even breast augmentations, like me, I have a very small chest. I used to joke all the time because my family has women that have very big chests. It missed me though. It missed me. It's cool, but it missed me. They used to always be like, dang, you know, I wish I had it. I wish I had it. Like, dang. I always talked about like, oh, wanting to get them done. And my mom was like, girl, your back gonna be hurt. All my friends with big chests be telling me, oh, your back's gonna be hurting and this and this and that. And I'm like, y'all don't know me. I'm ready for the pain. I'm ready for it. But it's just like, I remember I'm gonna try to include her thumbnail or her picture of this YouTuber. She ended up getting it, and she talked about how she noticed like months. She was so happy with her surgery. So happy with her surgery. I think she was like 23 or 25, right? So, you know, she's at a mature mind. She's doing it for herself, right? She was already married. It's like she's doing it for herself. And she realized that she had a decline in her mental health, right? It's like depression. What that got to do with your boobs? But she had a decline in her mental health. She ended up being extremely fatigued, just not herself, right? I think she even started losing a lot of weight. And it's sad because the type of breast augmentation she had, I'm going to try to include like what she was saying. The type of breast augmentation that she had, it started leaking. And because of it leaking, it starts to affect her mind. It starts to affect her hormones. All these things that we would never relate them directly to the surgery, right? And then after she ended up getting sick, she realized this is a common phenomenon.
Inflammation, which I always felt so inflamed right here. I felt like my face was just inflamed. That's what I felt. Being a symptom of injury and or of invasion by a foreign presence. And then after reading that, I remember seeing something on Facebook where there was like a heavy link between heavy metals and neurotoxins and mold, which reminded me of something that...
Yes, cosmetic procedures can be done and nobody has any issues, right? But the reality is a lot of people are going to have issues. A lot of people, even if they're spending a lot of money and going to these surgeons that are so widely respected, they can still have issues. It's surgery. You're not always going to know what happens once you close that body or how your body is going to accept that surgery. And there's also another YouTuber. I'm going to include what she was talking about because just hearing her story is really crazy. And it's just really sad to see, like, we think like, oh, influencers or celebrities, they're at a higher status than us. Girl, move the makeup. They're at a higher status than us. And they're just not going to deal with the things that we deal with, right? But when she got her augmentation, she got a BBL actually. She got her BBL, she noticed that she started to have extreme pain in her body.
I was in cell from 11 a.m. Custody for, and I was in so much pain. My bum was throbbing, my bum was burning me. It was literally like, imagine burning yourself with hot water. That pain. And I knew straight away that something wasn't right with my bum, like something just wasn't right. I went to the hospital. Obviously I was then told that I had caught an infection in my left bum cheek, I believe it is, which that caused a dent in my bum.
And how her body looks when she first got it done versus how it looks now, it's kind of crazy. It's like her body is literally rejecting the surgery, literally. And we never think about it. It's like sometimes our body does not want that foreign material there. It does not want it there, even though we want it there. And all the different effects that it can have to us because of that. We have to be really careful, because imagine you at 19. They also don't talk about all the maintenance costs, how many times people go under the knife again and again and again until they get that perfect shape. Oh, now they have to get 360 lipo, and now they have to get some fat out of their arms, and now they have to get some put in their hips, and now they have to reshape. It's like so many things. And imagine somebody only saved up that $5,000 for that first surgery, and they can't even afford to get that maintenance. And did y'all hear that they're now putting like BBLs and surgeries on layaway? I thought that was crazy. I was just like, imagine you start making payments, they try to take it back. It's just like, this stuff is crazy. And there's so many girls that are now younger and younger, just waiting to be 18 to get it done. And it's like, yes, we know so many influencers that did the same thing and they're fine. But it's just really dangerous for someone to really grow up, and instead of, you know, learning about self-love and understanding that they don't have to change anything to be perfect or for their body to be good. It's like they're hearing so many images like, oh, it's so easy, there's no issues, you can do it and nothing happened to you. And I just think that's like so crazy. All right, so that goes into my next topic, which is body dysmorphia. The general gist of what it is basically, it is a form of, I won't say mental illness, but disordered or distorted thinking in which you can't really see your body for what it really is, right? And I think especially with social media, you really start to think that your body has to be a certain way in order for it to be pretty. So where you're looking at yourself, and because it doesn't have those things, it's like you think something's wrong with it. And I think it's really crazy. You know, there's so many people even talking about beauty that don't see themselves as pretty, not just because of the fact that, you know, they see their own flaws, but because it doesn't match up to the standard of beauty for social media. And that can go to so many things. Like, we always think about, like, now we have this widespread, like, oh, black girls are beautiful and all this type of stuff. But a lot of us didn't grow up hearing that. A lot of us didn't grow up hearing that we were beautiful, or that, I mean, from like society. We might have heard it from our family, might have heard it from, you know, our friends. Like, the way that a lot of black beauty, especially black women, has been extremely sexualized really messes up with that image as well, because we can't be beautiful unless we're super thick. We have this huge ass. We can't be beautiful unless it's with a beat face and we got a 40-inch wig. Like, we can't be beautiful without these things. It's like, can we be beautiful in our natural state, our 4C hair, without us having to do too much? Like, can I just wear my 2-piece set and that be enough? Why do I have to do all these things in order to get reposted? A lot of these brands are not posting dark-skinned women that look like normal women. They have to be distorted. I'll put images. They have to be distorted, and they have to have all these features that it's like, why can't we just be good on our own? I think one thing especially that we need to do is we need to stop teaching women that the male gaze is a prize, because it's definitely not. It literally does nothing for us. And again, this is not for the women that are doing it for themselves. I can repeat that over and over again, but for the women that feel like they need to do it in order to get attention or validation or any of that from social media or men around them, it's like, that is not a prize. A man liking you just for your body is not a prize. A man that values you or now wants to do things for you because of your body is not a prize. One of the last topics I'm going to talk about before I finish is talking about baby mama culture. Yes, y'all. Yes. So social media in general, we look at a lot of these celebrities, and a lot of these women are not married. All of them are in these long-term relationships, or not even, and they are bound to these people because of the fact that they had children with them. And in general, I think that's like really crazy, because I really do feel like it's been popularized, especially with like social media and the get that bad culture. I think a lot of these women are not dating these men or messing around with these men because they actually like them, but they like what they can gain from it. And no, it's not just the woman's fault, and no, we need to stop putting the blame on just the women for having these children, because obviously somebody put the child in them, you know. But it's like, we also have to think about why that's become so popular, that a lot of women, they don't want to have children in wedlock. And no, nobody has to do that. Nobody has to do that. We have to think about why that has become a thing, to where they feel like baby mama status is all that is good enough for them. Like, why is that all that you want to achieve? You know, like, why is that all? Because it's like, yeah, you know, the ticket to like 18, a lot of people are chasing that, but it's like, why are women younger and younger that's all they want? It's like, a lot of communities, they can't even afford to have these children that they are desiring. So it's not even like celebrity status, and that's the only place that we see it. But why are we seeing it in our communities where they can't afford to have these 5-6 kids to this person, but yet they keep popping them out, and they have no ring, they have no legal attachment to that person, but yet they just keep going and going and going? It's like, it's very dangerous when you think about it, to have that attachment, but they keep going. They keep going like it's not an issue. And it's like, why are we doing that? And it's like, we see the Jadas, the Aries, all these celebrities that are baby mama status, right? And it just becomes so popular. It's like, but it's just like, imagine they really do not have any legal attachment to that person other than that child. You know, it's just like that. I would never want that to be my portion. If I could pick between like you getting married and having a child in wedlock versus you just vibing, it's like I would always choose the wedding ring. Cause just like why is that all I want? Like, why is that our norm? And it's like a lot of girls, younger and younger, they're fine with that. But it's like, why is that all we want? Like, that's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. Because, like, not all of us are dating these basketball players. Not all of us are dating these basketball players, these football players, these artists. But we're dating regular Joe. But we still want to just accept that. It's just like, why? I try to think about just like, why? I mean, yeah, there's people, I know people that don't want to get married, but they still want to have kids, right? Cool. But it's like, for those of you that's not the case, like you actually, you know, wanted a family, a future and stuff. It's like, if you could choose, why did you settle for that? Or it's like, oh, I hate my baby daddy, he does this and this and this and all type of stuff. And it's like, yeah, but you still, that was your man. And now you're like legally bound to that person. Not legally, you're bound to that person for life, basically. Because you have that child. Every graduation, the wedding, everything, you're still with that person. Because of the fact that y'all have a kid together. Like, what? And a lot of people aren't spending enough time dating someone and understanding who they are in the context of that before they put more onto their plate. Because that's just really, it just gets trickier and trickier once you start adding more elements. Chill, not one kid, but kids with someone, and it's literally not, you know, you're still not getting married. Or they think that having the kid is going to make the person want to marry them, when it's not. It's like, that itself is extremely tricky. It's just like, you shouldn't think, especially if they're not telling you that's what they want. Again, things that you would know from asking the right questions when getting to know a person. Do you want to get married? Is that a goal of yours? Is that even something that you want? You know? Is that something you're trying to figure out? You know, some people are just like, you know, the way they grew up, you know, they're nervous about having kids in the future because they want to be able to properly financially take care of them. Okay, so it's a finance thing to you. It's not a set in stone type of thing. Okay, cool. They know what they're signing up for. And it's just like, if you're dating someone and dating them, they said they didn't want marriage, you having that child does not change anything for that person. It does not change anything. So it's just like, don't think that that's going to change anything for the dynamic of a relationship. You'll end up with that child and still be sitting there chilling. And if that's not what you want, don't settle. Don't settle. And again, I think that's another thing, is a lot of women are settling in these situations because they think that's the best that they can get. Even if you gotta wait, somebody will be able to give you what you're asking for. What you're asking for is not too much. It's never too much. And anybody that convinces you that is an enemy of progress. Hey guys, so I'm finally done with my makeup and my hair. I added some curls with a straightener just to give that oomph, and I don't know if I've posted my trying my first wig video yet, but if so, the only update from that one is that I used a hot comb to lay this side more because this side was really, you know, it was doing a thing. But yeah, that's the video. So today, you know, I really just wanted to really spread some body positivity. And you know, you really do not have to go under the knife. Like, really think about your pros and cons. If you got the money for it, you want to do it. But definitely don't think that male validation is a prize at all. Girl, there's so much more that you can like work hard for. I would never spend money for that. And you know, we really got to spread more self-love to not only ourselves, but really the girls and the women around us, because this generation with social media really on a rise and everybody doing what they can to get more likes and follows, like we really have to prioritize making sure that people know that they're beautiful as is, no filter, no makeup, no wigs, sis. Bare face, you are perfect, you are beautiful, and I want you to know that. So, you know, comment down below what you guys think about it. If you guys haven't seen that TikTok, I'll make sure to include it so y'all can see what I've seen, girl. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to chatting with y'all in the comments. Bye.